Mystery gang. All right, so your girl is back with a new video. Now before we get started today, y'all hit that like button, thumbs it up. I be having like 2 thumbs down sometimes, like there's just some haters, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, hit that thumbs up, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you notified every time I post a new video, you guys. And let's get into this story. Now today we're going to be talking about a case. It's kind of old, you guys. It's from 2012, but this case really shocked me, and it was always really close to me. Now this happened around the same year as Trayvon Martin, and I mean it just really shows how being black in America can literally cost you your life. Now today we're going to be talking about the case of Jordan Davis. Now Jordan Davis was born on February 16th 1995 to Ron and Lucy. Now a little background story about Ron and Lucy. They were a married couple and they had infertility problems. So they did treatments to try to get pregnant, and once they did get pregnant, they end up having Jordan. So Jordan was kind of like their miracle baby. Now Ron did name Jordan after the river of Jordan that's in the Bible. It's a very strong name, and they were just delighted to have a baby. Growing up, Ron described Jordan as basically the leader of the pack. In their friend groups, he was always the one that said, hey, let's go here, or y'all, we're gonna stay after the game, or y'all, we're gonna go to the mall. Like, he was kind of had that leader mentality. So he had a lot of friends, and he was a well-liked kid. Now, this story takes place in 2012. Now, you guys, on November 23rd, 2012, Jordan was a 17-year-old, and he was riding with his friends. They were in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, it was around 7:30 p.m. when they decided to pull into a gas station. Now, while they were sitting at the gas station, it was 4 teens in an SUV. It was Jordan and three other friends. Now, as they're chilling, you guys, we all been teens before. I still do it to this day, and I'm 29 years old. We blast our music sometimes. We feeling ourselves. You know, it's our music. We can blast it. So as they're sitting in the car listening to music, Michael Dunn and his girlfriend then pull up to go in the gas station to get something. Now, Michael Dunn is a 45-year-old man. He's not from Jacksonville where this occurred at. It was his son's wedding, so he was just in town for his son's wedding. Now, Michael Dunn then pulls up, and his girlfriend reports that he said, I hate that thug music, referring to the music that Jordan and his friends were listening to. Now, after the girlfriend goes in the store, Michael and Jordan then get into a confrontation, a verbal confrontation. Michael asked them to turn the music down, which Tevin, which was one of the friends he was driving, he turns the music down, but then Jordan was like, no, we're not bothering anybody, turn the music back up. So they turn the music back up, and then Michael Dunn and Jordan and everybody in the car then get into like this crazy confrontation. Now, what was said during this confrontation is really like he say, she say, because Michael Dunn is saying he said one thing, and Tevin and the other guys in the car saying that another thing occurred. What I have with this is, first, I know y'all like, why you can't just tell the story. I love to analyze things before I go forward, because when you just tell the story, people might look at it like, oh, well, why they had that music? They should. At the end of the day, these were a group of teenagers. Michael Dunn was a 45-year-old man. Okay, so let's just put that out there. Another thing I want to add is, why do you care so much about their music? You're literally at this gas station for maybe 5 minutes of your entire life. You would never see these kids again. Why are you even bothering these kids? Like, I don't understand. They're being kids. It's a weekend. It's 7:30 at night. Like, why are you bothering these kids? Now, I could see if they were doing something that made it hard for you to go in the gas station, or made it hard for you to concentrate on whatever you had to do, but them sitting in their car to themselves, not doing nothing wrong, did not bother you that much to the point where you had to say something to them. So you guys, they're getting into this confrontation, and Michael Dunn, the 45-year-old man, he then says that he hears somebody say, bitch, you're gonna die. He then says he sees Jordan brandish a weapon. Now, I'm gonna stop the video right here and say this, you guys. Jordan or nobody in that car had a weapon, and Jordan's door was on child lock. So Jordan was not a threat to Michael at all. Let's continue the story. Now, he said he hears Jordan say, "Bitch, you gonna die," and Jordan brandished a weapon. He said he feared for his life. He pulled out his gun and started shooting at a truck full of teenagers. Now, after shooting at this SUV, the kids, they get scared and they start backing up. Now, they pull into another gas station after the shooting, and that's where they see that Jordan is gasping for air. You guys, Jordan did pass away from his injuries. Michael Dunn killed this 17-year-old child. Now, after all of this, you guys, instead of Michael Dunn knowing he just shot at a vehicle full of teenagers, instead of him going to the police station, Michael Dunn then went back to his hotel room with his girlfriend and ordered pizza. The next morning around 10 a.m., he gets in his car and he travels back to, I think he was from Satellite Beach. He travels back and he goes home like nothing happens. Now, he then calls a police officer friend on the way home, but he never mentions the accident the incident that happened. Now, that's crazy to me, because not only did you just shoot at a car full of teenagers and pull off, how could you feel so entitled to say something to them about music, but you don't feel entitled to call the police after you shoot at a car full of teenagers? Make it make sense.
He did exactly that, and that he turned the music back up. It's at that point the timeline gets fuzzy. Dunn told investigators he heard threats, then saw a weapon.
I saw a barrel come up on the window, like a single shot shotgun where there's a barrel. I didn't see this part of the barrel, I saw that part of the barrel. And it was either a barrel or a stick, but sir, they're like, "We're gonna kill you."
Dunn, by his own admission, says he pulled out a gun that he kept in his glove compartment. And he says in self-defense.
So you guys, one of his neighbors heard about the incident on television and called the police and let them know, like, look, this is Michael Dunn, this is his tag number, this is where he lived. So the police did come pick Michael up from his home, in which he told the police about the incident that happened. Now, when he talked to police, you guys, he told police that he was not the aggressor, that the kids were the aggressor. They was listening to thug music. It was too loud. But in reality, these kids were just being kids. They were in their truck. They wasn't bothering anybody, you guys. Like, I've seen teenagers live, like, this is no lie. I know this is a part from the story, but I went to a gas station one time where there was literally a shootout. It was kids out there shooting, and a child got shot in the head. Now, this is literally kids acting a fool. Now, this particular situation, kids sitting in their car, not bothering you, not bothering nobody, and you decide to take his life? That's crazy to me.
You thought Michael Dunn was guilty?
Yes, sir.
Of killing a 17-year-old boy?
Yes, sir.
What convinced you of that?
To me, it was unnecessary.
You didn't?
The music was playing when you pulled up?
No, it was not.
It was not?
No, it wasn't. I got in the car and she'd been gone for a little bit. She wasn't in the store very long.
I shouldn't. I said she's not in there very long. Like we said, there's some issues that we have. I'll be the first to tell you there's no weapons in the car. I don't know what you saw.
That's possible. When they drove off, they dumped it.
They never left the parking lot.
Yeah, they drove out, circled right back around, and came right back to that spot.
Oh, okay, because
they circled around until they saw you leave, and then they drove right back. Because they saw you leave at that point.
You leave and they realized their friend.
So you guys, after they interviewed him, they saw that he was full of crap, and they went ahead and charged him with first-degree murder. Now, during the trial, you guys, it was really sad because he tried to use the stand your ground law. He basically was saying that he felt threatened. Like I said, this was around the time that the Trayvon Martin incident happened. So people was using that stand your ground law left and right. They felt like they can get away with murder, you guys. And it's sad that it's these old men killing these young black boys. Like, that's what's so sad. How are you so intimidated and threatened just by a child? These are kids enjoying themselves. Like, that's just like if a group of white kids pull up and they're playing rock music. Like, do you kill them? You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, the trial begins and he tries the stand your ground law, you guys, but that completely fails. During the trial, people testified. One of his neighbors is saying that he was crazy. They saying that Michael Dunn was arrogant, controlling. He would get into it with people in the neighborhood. And his ex-wives even said that he was very abusive. So this was his nature. Another key piece of evidence is the girlfriend that was with Michael Dunn. She's saying that when she got back in the car with Michael, he never said anything about feeling threatened by the boys. And he never said anything about Jordan and the other guys having a weapon. So if you feel so threatened, the first thing you're going to do is tell your girlfriend, come on, let's go, they got a weapon. You said nothing to her. You just started shooting at these kids because Jordan challenged you. When you told him to cut his music down, he was like, nah, dog. Like, you don't tell me to cut my music down. Who are you? In which he had every right to do that. He wasn't bothering anybody. He wasn't breaking any laws.
A first-degree murder. The judge sentenced him to life in prison plus 90 years. But Dunn's attorneys asked for that to be dropped in this 200-page appeal. But today, a 6-page response from the District Court of Appeals. It says the judges feel he did get a fair trial.
It's a great relief. Unfortunately, I'm in the airport in Atlanta, Hartsfield, and I can't seem to find a place to sit down and cry. So
Jordan's parents found out this morning.
Next week is Jordan's anniversary death. And I just thought the best Thanksgiving blessing we could ever receive.
So the trial, I think they only took about 30 hours to deliberate, the jury or whatever, and they found him guilty and he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And I completely agree with that sentence. He's 45 years old. He's lived a life of destruction, abuse. He was so used to getting over on people and doing what he wanted to do. And I'm happy that Jordan's family got justice in a sense, because at the same time, he could never do this to anybody again, not his wife, not anybody. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm so happy that they found him guilty, because he would have felt invincible if they didn't find him guilty. That's just like with the Trayvon Martin case or whatever. After George Zimmerman was found not guilty, he then went on to still commit crimes. I think he pulled out a gun on his girlfriend. I think another incident was when George Zimmerman got into like this road rage incident. Like, it was just a lot of things that happened after the Trayvon Martin case because they felt invincible. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I see a case like this and it actually gets justice for somebody, it means a lot. Now, as far as his parents, Ron and Lucy, I felt so bad for them, because you guys, they fought so hard to have a baby, only to have their son taken away from them. Their son was the light of their lives. Like, literally, they loved their son. Another thing that I love about them is they filed civil suits. They did everything that they were supposed to do in order to get justice. Now, Michael Dunn did say he was broke after the trial. He didn't have money. So they sued his insurance company, in which they had every right to do that. They did settle for an undisclosed amount in 2014. So I'm happy for them. And not only that, you know what else Lucy and Ron did? They linked up with Trayvon Martin's mom, Sabrina. And I'm ecstatic about that, because they need to stick together in situations like this. All right, you guys. So that's all I have for you guys today. Another thing I want to bring up before I end this whole video is today is International Day of Persons with Disabilities, and I really want to recognize caregivers. I want to recognize people with disabilities, any kind of disabilities, and just say that we're honored to have you guys just here with us, regardless of your situation, your struggles. We understand and we hear you, and I want to take this day to honor everybody with disabilities and honor the caregivers. I had a baby cousin that sadly passed away. She had complications after birth. She was blind, she was paralyzed, and she had a feeding tube. And her death really affected me, because you guys, even though she could physically do nothing, she was perfect. Like, her smile lit up a room. And when she passed away, you guys, it was just, she just seemed so at ease, and I just felt so relieved that knowing that she came into my life and changed my world and changed my perspective and my views on everything that's going on, because you have people with disabilities that go through a struggle every day. So I just wanted to take that time out to just show my respects to everybody, and that's all I have for you guys today. Bye.